Oh, Max, you're very quiet too. Oh no.
That's not how Max is actually going to be talking.
That was just me being quiet.
Is my voice fine if I talk like this?
Oh, you're quiet.
Speaking
Quiet,
of-
I can talk like this.
Hey, can you squeak the chair a little bit
Everyone
more,
else
though?
shut up.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm trying to concentrate. Okay, we're gonna go
Bobby, you're
from
good.
left to right. Max,
My name is Max, and
what's your favorite color?
I love orange.
Orange is a really good color.
pumpkin orange.
Okay, like I personally like traffic cone orange, but that's my car.
Right.
Cool, but
No, that's fine. That's like maybe my top 3 of oranges.
fair.
All right, there's other people that need mic checks.
Larry, this is important. All right, Max, you're kind of, I guess, good.
That's a fine
It's
level.
a little,
right?
little quiet.
Good
I
enough,
can-
but
I
that's
can
what
sit
editing's
up.
for.
That's exactly.
So I can-
Brooke, orange cars, yay or nay?
Yay, obviously. Creamsicle gang.
Rad. Okay. All right, you're coming in fine.
My name is Ian. My favorite color is purple.
Okay, why do you like that?
I just like purple. I used to like orange. It was my favorite color, but so many other people pick orange, and I feel like purple doesn't get enough love.
That's fair. That's very fair. All right, Bobby.
My name's Bobby. I was also going to say I like purple.
God damn it! Welcome to Dancing with the Bards, and a Happy New Year to all of our listeners. We're getting in the spirit of a Bard's holiday with a party game. But instead of 2 games this year, we have 2 guests. It's me, Ian, Will,
Hello.
Brooke, and Larry.
Hello.
Joined by traditional guest, Max,
That's me.
and a brand new guest, Bobby.
Hello.
Welcome, Bobby.
Thank you.
You are now our newest minstrel.
I mean, I feel like I've been on the podcast before. You know, I'm a reoccurring background character.
You actually are, yes.
I'm like Smormove. You added me in, now you can't let me leave.
Will talked about you in the last intro.
Yeah, you got a name drop.
Tidbit. Because I mentioned it to Will. I'm like, Will, do you actually listen to the podcast after I edit it? Do you know what parts of the conversation I keep in? Because...
Unfortunately not, no.
It's more fun that way. Sometimes you edit in things from the end to the beginning.
One day you're going to meet another person in the wild who's listened to the podcast. They're going to know things about you that you don't think people should know about you.
Yeah. Well, I got to talk about something when we do the audio check. That's supposed to be confidential. It's supposed to be used for balancing the mics, not for...
I don't know, that's where most of the fun conversation takes place.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So, today we're covering a party game called Trash Talk. In this collaborative party game, one player is the raccoon and the others are possums. The possums have to guess which word the raccoon associates with matching pieces of trash to progress to the next level. If the players can correctly guess the right word after 7 rounds, everyone wins. If they can't, everyone loses. So it's all or nothing. It is... We didn't win anything, I think.
Wait, 7 or 10?
7?
7 rounds total because...
10 total objects, because you start with 3.
I got excited.
Yeah,
thought
I was
we
like,
won.
we did it!
We won! No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. We got close, though. That last round with Will as our raccoon. Will is the best raccoon.
I make a good raccoon.
Very, very simple-minded raccoon. Thank you.
I think the whole point of the game is to not overthink it and just do. Just
Yeah,
first choice, best
if you
choice.
think about it too
See,
hard.
I thought it was competitive at first.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm
Everything
going
is
to
competitive.
throw them off.
That's why you were the worst raccoon.
Yeah.
It's in my nature.
You don't want to trade with the possums. You're a racist raccoon.
Yeah.
Speciest.
That's
Speciest. Thank you. You're right.
Let's-
Proper terminology.
Can we cut that?
No, make sure we keep that in.
I think you were a rocket raccoon.
Oh, you're right. I'm
He
sorry.
was racist.
Yeah.
Notoriously.
It's alliteration,
And
so it's
yeah.
true.
Kind of a lot of awful things.
He wasn't ableist, though.
He
Yeah.
was not ableist.
Didn't really have a choice in that.
So we actually played several rounds of this game, just more than we usually do, because the first 3 rounds of this we didn't do so great.
well.
Going into number of players, I give this a 4. This game goes from 2 to 8 players. It has, we'll get into more of this in house rules, but it has different ways you can play with multiple players too, because you have a 2-player game, you have one and all as one as the raccoon and all as the possum, and you have teams. So you could do team possum and team raccoon. So
A lot of options.
Yeah.
I also gave it a 4 for a lot of the same reasons. It's very versatile. You can get a lot of people in there. Realistically, as I get older, I don't see more than 8 people coming over to parties. So,
What do you mean?
We're at 6 for a podcast recording.
okay,
More
fair, but it's not 8.
Could have been.
You wait a couple days and then we'll have more than 8.
Fair enough.
I would probably have like close to 20.
You remember when these podcasts were like 3 to 4
not.
people?
Yeah,
I do.
it was like a 3 or 4 max.
Yeah.
Used to be an exclusive club.
I know, and then we started letting all this riffraff in.
Yeah, right, Brooke?
Yeah, no choice. I live.
Yeah.
That old man who would teach
It
you
started
games on a
with-
tree stump.
It started with needing a sound editor.
Yeah.
And look how that turned out.
Now you do my job, and I'm just stuck here.
You're still here.
I feel like if we had 2 more people guessing, though, it would have. I don't think we would
It would
have
have
gotten
been mess.
Yeah.
as far as we did.
If we got to 8, I probably would have recommended trying the team
Yeah.
team version.
Yeah, I do feel like because, especially the two of you worked with me for so long, you kind of know my thought process and my train of logic. I think it gets easier the more people know the raccoon or the team raccoon.
In case anyone's wondering, we're his handlers.
I have all my rabies shots.
Anyways, I gave it a 4 for number of players, just because, yeah, it's very flexible, and the different types of rules for different amounts of people work very well. I think. I don't know. We didn't try teams.
I can't see it not going well. I gave it a 4 too. I don't see how teams wouldn't be a similar experience.
Yeah.
I also gave it a 4. I only played one game, but I mean, it worked really well with the amount of people we had, and we were close to the max size. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 4 was reasonable. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
This has got to be the lowest energy episode we've had so
I
far.
think we're all
We
just...
like really popped off during that game.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, I think we used all of our energy actually playing the
it's
games.
the end of the year. No one has energy anymore.
It might
Yeah.
be the delightful lemon candle as well, just like lulling
Yeah,
us.
the poppers candle that Ian so thoughtfully gave me for Christmas.
I was
It's
honestly,
slowly
I feel like
gassing
I've been
us.
getting tired ever since.
Yeah,
this
once that
got
candle came
lit.
out, I was done, man. I'm feeling
What
a
have you
little
done to
too
us?
relaxed.
Made with real poppers.
Yeah, that's just something you haven't told us.
It's actually just VHS cleaner molded into a candle.
Who is calling me? Ah, spam.
Scam.
Should answer. Have them on the podcast.
I keep doing the screening whenever they call me, and I keep hanging up.
Yeah, they don't know what to say. They don't know how to react.
Oh, they got further that time. They got all the way down to "you're trying to reach." Normally, it's "hi, this is Google's virtual," and then they just hang up.
We'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Comprehension. I gave this a 4 as well.
Yeah, solid 4.
No struggles.
No.
I got this. If Will gets this, anyone gets
I-
this.
I gave it a 4, and it gave multiple ways to figure it out, which I loved. There was a QR code to a video, there's a comic in the back to show you with pictures, and then just the written rules. And that's like, when you teach, you're taught to tell people things the same thing in 3 different ways, so that everyone can kind of get it. And that's what this booklet does. So it's very precise. I don't see it being difficult.
It's a pretty simple concept too, to like have as a base of the game.
But even
Match item to word.
So was Azul, and look how that went.
yeah,
That was something.
It's for once it was a short rule book that actually got everything it needed to done. Because most games that have 2-page rules are a nightmare to try and navigate.
I mean, even when Ian told me about this game like a few weeks ago, this is exactly how I thought it would go. So
Yeah.
like, it plays to itself.
Yeah.
Just the-
I will say, I forgot to mention this in the intro. The game is published by Friendly Skeleton and designed by Matt Fantastic and Andrea Pincumbe. I think that's... I'm sorry if I butchered a last name there. In 2023. Matt Fantastic is the owner of Elm City Games in New Haven, which is one of... Not local for us, but
I mean,
around
it's
here.
still local.
relatively
Yeah.
local.
It's in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could drive there.
Everything in our state is local.
Yeah, right.
We're
But
not quite Rhode Island, but we're small enough.
Yeah.
But he's also the founder for the New Haven's Game Makers Guild as well.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Nerd.
So that might be why he had some idea on how to do the all the instructions, because they must have made that video too before this actually came out. They have it on the QR code on the rulebook.
Yeah.
Although I don't know who the person who did it is. I think it's like some YouTuber or something.
Yeah, they probably reached out to a YouTuber and were like, "Hey, how's it going? You want a free copy of our game? Make a review."
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm not one to guess.
This setup was the easiest setup I think we've ever had.
Where?
In paraphernalia.
Oh,
Well, did you? You said you were able to get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it after one game. I barely really paid attention to the video because I was trying to pay attention to what I was ordering with.
Yeah, we were in the middle of ordering lunch while we were watching the video. I think that's important to also state with comprehension.
We also had like videos playing when we were watching this too, and I don't think anyone lost a step for that either.
Yeah, no.
No.
This is one of the few games where we were actually able to have like other media going on.
I got distracted
That's
by
a
the video and I
successful
snapped
party
back
game.
immediately with the series of tubes answers and it was correct.
I honestly
So-
thought that helped. Just like while the raccoon decided and assigned words, we were just like,
Yeah.
And then,
To the
while
side.
you were guessing, I was able to watch that and drink coffee.
exactly.
it was very much a party atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, there's always more than one thing going on.
Honestly, we should consider doing this for more party games. See if it really meets the party atmosphere.
Yeah. So everyone had a pretty easy time getting a hang of this. As far as the actual stuff that came in the box for the game, paraphernalia. You don't need anything else to play this. Everything you need is in the box. You can add more stuff, like we did, to the game. As long as it fits behind the screen, and you have 2 duplicate items that are exactly the same, you can pretty much use whatever you want as the trash. I actually gave this a 3 for paraphernalia, and the reason I deducted a point was how small the screen was for the raccoon.
I will admit, when I got the screen first, it was very small. At one point around, I think it was like turn 7 or when we had 7 things out, I took it and I just bent it ever so much in the other direction, and that gave it way more space.
Okay.
I do agree. I still give it full 4 points. Realistically, I don't think that the game was intended to be played with like vapes and like big things. It's most likely supposed to be like coins and bottle caps and like pocket junk.
Like
a bottle of,
actual small trash.
exactly, like buttons and I can see that not being as bad, but we're also like, we can't expect like something. This takes up like a fifth of the box.
Yeah, but we only used the vape once, and we didn't use it for the round where we did everything.
I did give it a 4 for paraphernalia. I mean, there's a lot of cool little trinkets in there, and you can add your own stuff, but realistically, you don't need to.
That's why I gave it a 4.
When you have that tiny blue gentleman in the box,
Exactly.
that is all you need.
Little fella is all you need out of this.
Dr. Little Fella.
Doctor.
King.
The royal Dr. Little Fella.
Sir Dr. Little Fella.
Elf
The
Doctor.
For those of the people listening, Little Fella is a small blue monster that is
Whoa!
a finger puppet.
Small blue fella.
Small blue elf. We established he's
Yeah,
an elf,
sure,
not
yeah.
a monster.
B.
But he's on your finger. He's a very jiggly little man.
We all need a jiggly little man.
I'm a jiggly little man.
Did
So,
you like the toys, Bobby?
Yes, I was gonna say I gave it a 3. I didn't really use the screen at all, so I have no opinions on that. I feel like I couldn't give it a full 4 because I didn't use the screen.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked hiding behind the screen like a little raccoon.
You really
Yeah,
took on the role.
Yeah.
you were very...
You were
I
in
had to-
character.
You locked in right
Oh,
away.
absolutely. You have to be in the mind of a raccoon to play this. Fair warning for if you guys want to try it out. But it's, it's not that bad once you're on the inside.
Become one with the trash panda.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, anybody else want to speak on that?
No, but I think Brooke wanted to say something about setup.
It was really easy.
Yeah, the trinkets,
Setup.
the board, or the screen.
I mean, the setup is just take out the brochure and the card, or take out the divider and the cards. It's all you
Yeah.
have to do. Everything else, it just stays in the box until you need it.
Oh yeah, I even went as far as to actually separate everything in the box, left and right side, so all the
Yeah.
pairs are separated now.
It's surprisingly good box management for a very silly party game.
For a $20 silly party game.
Yeah.
Gosh.
About trash.
It's honestly better box management than some of the more expensive games we've had.
It just works. It just works.
Yeah, I mean, we did 4 rounds to our games total, and we had to reset at the beginning of end of each one, and I think it took us not even a minute to just get the board back into place.
Yeah. No, it was the easiest thing.
That leads right into rate of play, too. I mean, it keeps you...
I feel like we could have kept playing because not everybody got to be Raccoon. I don't
Yeah.
think, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, and we didn't. It took us until the final Raccoon to get pretty far into the game, like in terms of increasing the number of trash pairs.
I'm glad you brought that up. I will say I did take off 2 points for rate of play. I thought the game played very fast and very well, but I was starting to see especially towards the end. Thank you, Ian. Enunciate. Give me a second.
Is it about losing focus like you just did?
No. I hit this and then I lost my train of thought. All right, so rate of play.
Right. You were seeing towards the end.
Yeah. Towards the end, the amount of pairs started to get pretty big, and the word choices weren't always obvious. And I felt like I was kind of stalling for time at a few points where I'm like looking at cards and I'm trying to be like, okay, I can kind of pair this up here and pair it up there. It definitely felt like it would lag, and I noticed the times where I took time to actually think about how I would pair things up was when the possums got confused.
I think that's more shows that we got really bad words.
I gave it a 2 for rate of play because of we're in sync, Will, on this because I was trusting my faithful Willometer on rate of play, and how often you seem to get distracted or forget the rules as we went through, especially as the Raccoon, which was the most successful game we had. And while I will say that I wasn't ever really out of sorts on the game, like I always knew what was going on, I could definitely tell as the Raccoon, you spent the most time just not doing anything, because even just facial tics and nodding can give away what you have behind your thing, so you have to be careful not to be like nodding along or saying anything.
Yeah.
And as all the other people are making these decisions about what the game, what you're probably thinking, and it's hard to keep a straight face, especially when some people are occasionally dissing you.
Yeah, Will can't play poker for similar reasons.
It is very poker-esque.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried to freeze my face when I was Raccoon, and I was just like, and right now I'm making like a really. I can't talk while making the face, so you guys can.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to describe it?
It looks like you were just told that the bank is foreclosing on your house.
Essentially that.
And had a stroke while doing so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now your face is frozen that way.
I just delved
Oh,
deep into the mind of Will.
The Botox is finally kicking in.
Yeah.
See, playing this game with somebody like Gary Busey would be a lot of fun, because he's constantly making facial tics.
Also, I feel like he'd have really strange answers as to why he picked what words associated with a slinky.
Can we get Gary Busey on next year? What is he doing?
I'll try. I'll see.
Honestly, Gary Busey is like a D-list celebrity now. We could probably get him on here.
Just tell him there's like a crypto.
Tell him we're
game
getting Chinese
afterwards.
food. That's it. Just tell him we're getting Chinese food.
I'll buy you Chinese food, and you can ride motorcycles again, Mr. Busey.
So rate of play scores. Did we all give actual
So
scores?
I gave a 3.
I
I gave 1 more point just because I thought I was going to hate it, the mechanic where the Raccoon only changes when you quote unquote lose. There's no real losing. But like, I thought that, I know, but it didn't feel like a normal losing because you would switch to the next person and it would just keep going around. I thought that was going to stink when you just kept on going with the same person or the same Raccoon over and over again to try and like, when you actually succeed, you just have the same person there. Thought I was going to hate it. Ended up really liking that mechanic.
I also really liked it.
I think that mechanic works very well for something like this because if you can get through the first couple of rounds, you get to kind of know how they're going to answer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As opposed to if it's switched every round, it would be all over the place.
Oh yeah, no, I get it, but I thought I was gonna hate it.
Oh, yeah. No, I went in fully expecting this to be one of my lowest scored games, and so far it's been 4 across the board for me. I even gave it a 4 on rate of play. Just because I feel like it's very quick, and for a party game, you want something that one person or the other can kind of just go and do their own thing while people are answering. You know, like the raccoon can go up and get another drink or talk to somebody on the side and then come back and be like, oh, you guys got it right, which is what I think it might have benefited from being in more of a party environment so you can't watch somebody's facial expressions while the other team is picking.
I can't help but agree completely with that. I feel like if I had a side conversation going on over here, I could turn my back and not pay attention to you guys.
Well, that's normally what you do when we play a game
Exactly,
anyways.
Yeah.
But this is the one game you could have, and
We
you
found
didn't.
our game.
We did.
Yeah.
We found our game.
So difficulty curves. I honestly think this was fine. I gave it a 4.
I
Yeah.
had no
Like,
issues. I gave it a 4 as
4.
well.
It was very simple. It wasn't hard to pick up. It didn't drag at all, and it didn't become less fun when we figured out how it worked.
Should have probably given this a 4 as well. I don't know why I gave it a 2.
So, to be fair,
That is peak Will, though.
I did give it a 2, but I am going to post change that to a 3 because there is definitely a difficulty curve of we lost the first 3 games we played, and then we didn't even make it to the first round.
To be fair,
Okay.
I thought this was competitive when we started. I didn't want you to guess.
Even though we did lose pretty quickly the first few times, I don't think that took away from my enjoyment of the game. Because there's still enjoyment in sort of asking, why did you make that pairing? And then picking that person's brain and then seeing that thought process. And by doing that, you learn to play the game like how you're supposed to. For that circumstance, for those people, right?
like realizing it's not a competitive game.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you? How do you feel about the difficulty on this, Bobby?
I said in the beginning. I don't know if it was heard when Brooke and Larry were. I also gave it a 4. I kind of popped in here right at the end after you guys had all figured it out. I had none of that figuring out process. I mean, it kind of helps that I live with him. I was able to understand his reasonings for a lot of the things he does.
Yeah, I think the people who did the best were the people who have been exposed to raw, uncut Will for the most time.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Yeah, the people who worked with you and,
Yeah, the people who work and
and
live
live
with
with
me.
you. I will say that this is probably a game that's better to play with people you know. This is not the party game you pull out when you have the family comes over once every 3 years.
This is not an icebreaker game.
No.
I don't know. I feel like this is a fun racist uncle game. You can get some good answers.
I'm not gonna lie, you wouldn't get very far, but yeah,
You could get some
Or
good
that-
answers.
that uncle that's just a little out there, I like that.
Yeah, conspiracy uncles. Conspiracy uncles everywhere.
Yeah, okay, endorsed by conspiracy uncles everywhere. You heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
Love that. House rules?
I give this a 4 for house rules. It comes with some, first of all, because it has 3 different gameplay modes, depending on how many players you have, how you want to distribute it. They have 2 different optional rules, like adding your own junk, not talking about why you gave decisions to each one is another house rule they have.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I refuse to elaborate.
Yeah, you can. And we came up with one as we were going. The cards for the words are double-sided, so we gave the person who was pulling the cards the option to choose which side they wanted to use. So we just came up with something on the spot that we felt like made the game a little better for us. And I feel like there are probably more things we could do overall. So I gave that a 4. It is very easy to adjust the game to your needs.
You could also, if you're far into one round, into the number of items, you could just be instead of having just a second chance, maybe a 3 chance once you're past a certain round.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of thought the rules were going to be like that at first, whereas like as long as you're getting one right and removing it, like the raccoon continues, and it's like narrowing it down by process of elimination.
This is why I gave it a 4. I love house rules. I think most games should be able to be house ruled. So this did it beautifully.
Yeah, I just bumped mine up to a 4. There are a lot of things I just learned just now.
I gave it a 4 as well.
This is actually my first not 4 on the list. Just because I feel like at a certain point, because there's so little to the game, there's only so much you can actually alter. Like, it's just putting things behind a screen and putting cards in front of them. There's only so many things you can do with that. I did have a fun idea to turn it into a drinking game if you wanted to.
I'm down to hear it.
Yeah. You either do raccoon drinks when things get right, or possums drink when things are wrong. Either one of those variations could work very well.
I
I
or
feel
both.
like at the
Or
same
both.
time, doing that
Yeah.
at the same time would probably be the best solution.
Yeah.
I honestly think you drink when you get them right, and that makes it harder.
Well, no, when the raccoon drinks more, that makes it harder. Because
And when the
raccoon-
possums drink more.
Yeah.
Everything is
everybody's
Why
harder.
don't we
when
try
alcohol's
this at the
involved,
next
though.
party and
Yeah.
we'll circle back.
Honestly, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, this is probably something I will actually take out at some point.
I mean,
Yeah.
New Year's is 3 days away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 days away.
2 days. Oh my god.
Day of
guys.
recording.
in the past,
was
Yes.
don't worry.
Just 2
or
days
day
away.
of
Down to the
Uh,
minute.
release.
So
Sorry.
excited for this information.
So, enjoyment.
Oh, 4.
Early.
Four.
4
Yeah.
out of 4.
Yeah.
Four.
4.
Across the board, I think.
4.
Yeah, this was a load of fun. Even before we were actually doing well, it was a lot of fun.
You were just playing with the toy car they gave us for most of it.
Yeah,
And writing lore for Little Fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, Doctor, little fella.
The third.
High Doctor of the Elf Court.
I don't think we really need to elaborate on enjoyment. On
Yeah,
Yeah.
just play it for yourself. This is a lot of fun.
In fact, we
speaking
would
of,
recommend
I was going to say, I feel like...
Guess what? Recommendations also a 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel
I
like
actually gave
recommendations-
it a 3.
Wow.
So there are many people I think that would look at this and say that it's too silly for them. So there are definitely people in our group that I would not bring this game to.
I wouldn't talk to those people.
I
Those
gave it
people
a
are
2
banned from my
for
house.
similar reasons.
one of those people was over your house yesterday.
I don't know. I feel like our Phantom Mention would actually probably enjoy this a little bit, just to
If you were the
get
raccoon,
off on
yeah.
the fact that people are guessing wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. I mean, I gave it a 3 for the same reason Brooke did, but I don't think anyone would come out of this unhappy.
Yeah.
I think it's not something a lot of people would pursue, and some people would prefer other games. But I don't think anyone would be incredibly disappointed. I actually thought Larry would be the biggest critic of this, because you're not really big into party games, and this is way outside of the stuff you usually do.
Can I
But-
just make one observation? And I think I know why Larry likes this game so much. It's possums and raccoons.
There
it's
is
literally Larry's written
There
all
is
over it.
that, but it's also just a different kind of party game. My big problem with party games is just like,
They're all kind of the same.
make offensive joke, yay, everyone drink. Like, they're all the same. They're fun until you actually become legal drinking age, and then they all suck. Because you could just make your own offensive jokes without the backdrop of the game.
Yeah.
Like I do.
I on that topic real quick, I feel like I've had more fun making apples to apples like a dirty game than playing Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more
But
fun
they're the
when you have
same
to be,
game.
Basically, exactly. Yeah.
But Cards tries way too hard, and the edgy humor is sometimes way too edgy.
Yeah, the Cards used to be really funny in 2016 when edgy humor was the shit, but now it's trying too
sad.
hard. And the packs are way too specific, and they don't make sense after a year.
Yeah.
Whereas Apples to Apples hadn't aged all... I mean, there were some, but for the most part...
Oh yeah, Poland 1938 was a
Waco,
great-
Texas.
Waco, Texas, Adolf Hitler.
I'm going to bleep that one. I don't know if we're allowed to say that name.
This is an educational thing. I feel like it's allowed in.
Listen, man, if
educational
Jackbox doesn't
purposes.
block it, then this doesn't need to.
Replay value. I'm giving this a 4. There's... You could... It's $20. You can take it out pretty much whenever you have a large group, And even if you have stuff on in the background, it works clearly. You can start new rounds in a minute. You can change the raccoon. You can adjust the game as needed. You can add drinking rules. You can change how the groups work. This works in a lot of scenarios.
You can even change the trash. You get
Mm-hmm.
bored building lore for the crazy guy. You just grab something else.
And like at a party, if you play it, there's going to be plenty of bottle caps, plenty of like soda bottles, stuff like that.
Or if you're at one of our places, a Warhammer minifigure.
Yeah, or my place.
Piles of dog hair.
Yeah.
The most valuable.
I gave it a 4 because this is also insanely family friendly.
Yeah.
Like, other than needing to read some words, I didn't see any words in there that were concerning at all.
No.
10 out of 10 could read every one of the words too, first try.
Plus, it fixes the most annoying part of games that you play with families, which is missing pieces. It doesn't matter if you miss pieces because you can just add in new things.
You
There's
can
no
eat
way
the cough drops.
you could, like, even...
Please don't eat my game pieces.
They look delicious.
Oh, I didn't see the cough drop again after that
Eatability
first
scale.
round.
We did.
We didn't do the eatability
We should
scale.
do that. We should add that to our thing one day.
Okay.
For the
Eatability
April
scale.
for the April episode.
It's going to be eatabilities, each one.
Yeah. But a different piece.
Rate each piece. Is this
Yes.
eatable? So did we all do 4s, or did anyone
I did
not
4.
do
I just
Did
bumped
anyone
mine up.
besides
I did
me?
3 because I think if I were to be at a party playing this, I would step away and then let a few rounds go.
And then come back.
Yeah. So I think that in my mind that means a 3.
That's fair.
And here I go. It got a solid 2 for me. Just because I feel like, as much as I like this now, this is a game that I could grow to hate so fast. If you're playing this every party, you're going to be like, oh, great, he's busting that out again. Kind of like when we're all guilty of telling the same story every party. It's time for this. Then it's going to be the same 10 pieces and the same 50 cards. And it's really fun, but it can get overdone very fast.
Once you experience a lot of it, then
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially if you're playing it with the same people. You're going to be like, okay, so this person is going to do this.
Right.
So that's honestly my only like low score on this.
Yeah, I think it's because you have to be. It's on you to make it different.
Yeah.
The game itself has its limitations.
Yeah.
If you come at this with a positive attitude, I think you're always going to have fun with it. If you have someone that's in that group with you who is not sure of it and they just want to have a bad time, it could drag the whole game down, I would say.
Yeah. But would you buy it?
Yes. To be candid, this was a birthday or Christmas gift from last Christmas for me. My sister goes to New Haven all the time for concerts, and she picked this up. She's like, "You're gonna love this." And then when we were at Thanksgiving, she's like, "So did you try that game that I got you yet?" I'm like, "No, we were gonna do it for Bards." And it's like,
now you can tell her you have.
yeah, now I can tell her that I loved it. But in order to buy this, you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on Friendly Skeleton's website. If you want to find it in a game store, the only one that sells it is Elm City Games in New Haven, Connecticut. So, worth checking them out because they're also a good game store. But
Shout out to Elm City Games.
yeah,
Especially for all our listeners in the Philippines.
yeah, I love those guys. They actually got robbed. So like 6 or 7 months
Yeah.
The
ago.
Philippines?
Right.
Well,
The entirety.
Yeah, but no, Elm City Games. They
Oh,
I saw them posting something about it on Instagram. Felt bad.
it's a poor country.
I mean, it wasn't great under Duterte, but
Hey, that might be one of our listeners.
I hope not.
So, I gave it a would buy, absolutely.
Yep.
100% Sam.
Also, would buy.
Yeah, I kind of like this part of, because we haven't gotten to use this specific sheet in a while. For us, there's 2 points that you can get in this one. Either, like, no points, not gonna buy it. 1 point, if it's on sale. Or 2 points is like, yeah, I definitely buy it. Just because it's the only one we have that's 2 instead of 4.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. For the price point, can't go wrong.
Yeah, $20. You don't have to worry about any attachments, and you can use your own stuff for it if you want to mix it up.
You can even make your own cards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the artwork is gorgeous.
They do have blank cards.
Okay.
So yeah, you could, absolutely. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed this, by the way. I really was not sure how it was going to go. I assumed Brooke would like it, because this is something that's right up Brooke's alley.
Yeah.
And the theming was also pretty great.
Yes.
But it is a lot different than a lot of the stuff we've covered before, so...
This is a very good game. Good recommendation.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to my sister, too, then, who was like, you definitely need to try this.
Shout out Ian's sister. Keep up the good work.
So, final scores, then. I give this a 35 total. And, Bobby.
Give it a 40.
Ooh.
Damn.
There was only really two things that lost points for me, and it was just paraphernalia and rate of play.
39.
37.
I also had a 39.
Wow.
I also had a 39.
Well, this is by
Whoa.
far the highest rated game we've ever had.
The party games usually do pretty well.
They do. They just do everything right.
As long as they're not bigoted.
Yeah, I do really dislike when that happens.
So, our final score for Trash Talk is 38 out of 42.
It's good.
That's really good.
Just
Solid
above 30, just above 38, like 38.1. So, like, yeah, I think that is the best average score we've ever done. And we did it with 6 people, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, yeah.
I'm part
Good
of
on you guys. Friendly Skeleton, Trash Talk.
Yeah.
Matt, fantastic. Knocked it out of the park.
You did a great one, man.
Well, Bobby, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Good to have you on, for real, this time.
Not just in the background, asking Will what he wants for food.
I know, you finally clawed your way through the wall into this room.
Max, it is always a pleasure.
It's an honor to be here. Always.
It is an honor
Is
to
this-
have you.
Is this his... How many years has he done it in a row
This is the
for
third,
Christmas? This is
right?
the third year?
Every
for...
year we've done it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely every December.
A holiday
Yeah.
staple. You can't go wrong.
Always for the
I'm gonna
holidays.
ship you
Yes.
back up to the North Pole now.
Go back with the other penguins.
Oh. Okay. Well, I've done.
Aren't penguins
What
in
I-
the South Pole?
They are. It's a common
the same
misconception. I really didn't want to call him out on it.
No.
I know.
No, you're 100% right, and I know that, but it makes more sense to continue with the joke that I don't know what's going on half the time. I'm just going to send you to the wrong half of the world.
Well, it would make it easier to find him again. 'cause
Exactly. Why do you think we
Is he the
get the
only one?
same penguin every single year? We just leave him there. We come back. He's
In
fine.
the wrong spot.
A little
so.
cold, so we just
Yeah.
dust him off, heat him up.
Hey, I like my space, so it's fine. The other penguins kind of get annoying.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of Dancing with the Bards. You can find us on our socials on Blue Sky, on Mastodon, Facebook. Best way to get in touch with us is definitely over Discord, and there are links to our Discord on all of those sites. Just join the Discord. It's easier for me to track one thing at a time. Please just join the Discord. We put events up there and everything.
Streamline it for us. Plus, we do events occasionally.
Yeah.
We at least do at least one big push.
Yeah, we do at least one big event per year, and if time and money allows, we might do more.
We've got things cooking.
We do. We do. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
Brooke, it's our 4th year, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be the 4th year with the Bards.
3.5 with Will.
About 3.5, because you guys did, 3 or 4 episodes before me?
Yeah.
Our first full year with Larry.
Hey.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, right?
Can never get rid of me.
Oh, no, you're like the black mold growing throughout this house.
All
Just
right.
part of it.
Let's everyone have a great New Year, and we'll see you at the end of January. I went to bed at 2. I woke up at 4 a.m. and then I...
Jimmy
Well,
Carter ruined my
Ian, we
sleep
all know
schedule.
that you're a migratory species, and because the magnetic field is reversing currently, you're all screwed up.
Yeah, and then I woke up again at 8, and so I got no sleep.
Bro barely migrates from his room to the couch. What do you mean migratory?